smartphone is the one that's best for you. But these are the most recent statistics. Maybe that might make an impact on people that are looking to invest in some new technology. So we're going to get into best practices. We'll talk about 5 best practices on how to promote your listings. Wendy did an incredible job on what there's available to promote you personally, your personal website, what Prudential California Realty is doing for you with in-house services. Trust me, I love Prudential California Realty. You're by far the favorite company that we deal with, and we've been with you guys for many, many years, and hopefully there'll be more to come. But I have a chance and experience lots of different brokerages from the inside, and from a training perspective, from a technology perspective, and know that what you're being delivered here today and going forward is really the best of the best out there. And I challenge you to embrace these ideas, embrace some of these things. How do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time.
Okay, you're not going to get all this stuff and every technique and every strategy today. Find a couple that you can run with, okay, and put into place right now. And let the others come. There's a thing called the shopping cart method. If you and I went to the grocery store and we went through the aisles, I'm going to show up at the register with a lot different things than you are. Would you agree with that? So find the things that you need now, you can run with now. We're going to get into 5 best practices on this side too, and I'm sure Wendy would encourage you to do the same thing. So first thing, and notice the ideas I'm going to talk about today are not going to be super techy. One of our mottos at California Image Maker is fake it till you make it. Is anybody cool with that? Okay, you don't need to know how to use all this stuff. You don't need to, if you can tell a compelling story, if you can make it sound good in the marketplace, if you can make it sound good in a client meeting, if you can make it sound good when you're knocking on the door in front of somebody in your territory, in your region that you're farming, your farm area, if you can make it sound good at a networking party, it's going to make you look different. And that's really the goal, is differentiation in a lot of this stuff. So think about that as we move through this. How can I use this in a conversation? And as a listing presentation tool, we all hear about that. And how many guys in here have way too many listings? You cannot handle marketing any more property. All right, so we all have something we can be doing a little bit better, right? And that conversation is something that we can do. So think about this. Maybe take off your realtor hat for just a second, okay? Suspend disbelief over here for just a minute and put on your home seller's hat. You're looking to market your home. You're thinking about selling your property. Maybe you're not too serious, but you're not going to list with your cousin or your uncle or your brother, okay, who just got their license. And maybe you're interviewing agents. You talk to Coldwell Banker, and you talk to RE/MAX, and you talk to the other local company. After you've talked to a handful of agents, Mr. and Miss Seller, does the story start to sound pretty similar? That's what we call a rhetorical question, yes? Okay? Everybody's telling the same great story. Some of the things we've covered here today allow you to tell a different story. And if you're using media, which we're going to get into next after this as well, rich media, you're going to be able to look and sound different. And if you have an easy button, like us, you don't even know how any of it works. You just need to make it sound cool. So you've, Mr. Massell, you've heard everybody else, and now Prudential comes in. And Prudential shares all the things that Prudential's known for, the power of the rock and this incredible stuff. In addition to that, Mr. and Ms. Seller, I'm an internet marketing expert. And what that means to you is the National Association of Realtors tells us that over 9 in 10 transactions begin on the internet today. With my online business plan and my marketing strategy, we're going to give you maximum exposure for your home. We're going to minimize the inconvenience of the home selling process. And one of the key ways we're going to do that is we're going to be producing online commercials of your property that's going to be promoted on every kind of internet access possible. And that is mobile web. We're going to talk about mobile, property websites, syndication of your home to dozens and dozens of real estate websites. But one of the key ways we're going to do that is an online commercial. We've got professional photography, professional video production, professional voice talent, and script writers to produce a commercial of your home. And what we're going to do is syndicate that to the dozens of the top real estate websites, get your home sorted to the top of consumer search engines. And locally, what we're going to do is produce a property website and a mobile website for your home, and all the local media and print media that we're going to promote, your home's going to get that exposure. Something like that. Are you thinking about me a little bit differently as Prudential, Mr. and Ms. Home Seller?
Yes. Yeah.
Here's the beautiful thing about everything I just shared right there, particularly partnering with us. You don't need to know how any of it works, guys. Just make it sound cool. Okay? Just get the scripts and dialogues down, so that's huge. And it all starts, with easy stuff. It starts with the basics, blocking and tackling. Who knows who Vince Lombardi is? Okay? You know how Vince Lombardi started every single training in practice? Every season? Do you know?
This is a football.
This is a football. Okay? So you guys are lead generators. You guys are people. Our mission in life is to make you and empower your people skills, not make you tech gurus. So, it starts with the basics. Mailing, farming, talking to people. The whole mission and objective of all this stuff we've covered here today is to create interactions with human beings. To get belly to belly, eyeball to eyeball. Yes, you had a thought.
Do you have scripts for what you just said?
I absolutely do. And through I've got role play videos. Find us on YouTube. You can find that whole interaction right there on YouTube. We've got videos, scripts that I think are posted up on eWebDesk. We'll make sure we revisit that for the new year to make sure you got that. But yeah, scripts and dialogues are huge, and they are available, and we do have them printed out. And what I will make a note of is if everybody that's here in attendance today, we'll make sure you get a follow-up email that has that. Link to the video as well as the scripts written down. But this is football, guys, okay? We need to create interactions and conversations. So you can use that same little dialogue, knocking on the door. If you're knocking on doors, if you're hand-delivering mailings, that's great. Hey, by the way, did you see the online commercial we produced for Joe and Mary down the street? Take a look at it. That's different than showing up on somebody's door, knocking on their door with commission breath going, I want to list your property. And they're not thinking about you listing their property at that time, okay? So it just creates different kinds of conversations out there. And some of this stuff is going to be a little bit of review. But one of the things I want to talk about, so you've got the mailings that are being done, include the QR codes there too. I want you to take a look at this card and give you some food for thought on this. Typically, when you're putting your mailers out there, your just listed cards, what the content typically is advertising the listing. Would you agree with that? It's a Mediterranean masterpiece, 4 bedrooms, 5 bath, great family home. Are Joe and Mary down the street going to buy that listing? Highly unlikely. So the message that you're creating is not congruent with the outcome that you're putting that dollar, that penny, that 35 cents, whatever it is, into the marketplace. Would you agree with that? So if you look at this, if you're doing rich media, if you're leveraging video and online commercials, and you're doing QR codes, and you're doing things different, why don't you tell the story a bit differently? You can see the message in this is that you're one of the few agents that provides online commercials, exclusive websites, does mobile marketing, okay? So you can use whatever dialogue you want. This is available too if you like some of this kind of stuff. The call to action is to contact you to market the home for all it's worth. You are the source that's going to be able to market their home for all that it's worth. Okay? And that's really what they're thinking about. They're not thinking about selling it when you're there, but they are thinking about going forward. So we do have the property information that's here briefly, but your message for sending this out and having the QR codes is to make it different. If you're using online commercials, some of our stuff, in the rule of marketing, there's a rule of thirds. Top third, middle third, bottom third. Where do you put your most compelling content? Top third, right? So do something different if you're doing different things. Showcase it. And that's kind of how mailings would work. One of the few